My name is Nonjabulo Malinga, and I am a student in the science faculty, geography to be exact. I was seeked the abortion services after I was 2 weeks late on my period. It's happened before when I was 2 weeks late. Exactly on 2 weeks I had my period, so I didn't really think that this was a big deal. I stole my mom's car. Yes, I stole her car when she was away, and I was like, okay, let me just pop into Discount real quick because they're cheap. Get 2 tests, let's see what this is. So I take this test 2 times, and I'm like, I don't believe that this is not true. I googled a clinic that is away from where I stay. I stay in the East Rand, and I decided let me go to a clinic a bit outside of the suburb of the East Rand where I stay. So I went to that clinic. I was like, okay, here's the situation. Who do I speak to? What do I do? The lady's like, so basically when people want to consult for abortion, they need to go to a specific medical practitioner at an abortion clinic. So you can't just go to just a regular clinic because they will refer you to a specialized facility where they do those things. So I was like, okay, cool, go to this clinic. And unfortunately, it was a government clinic, government employees, and they have some sort of entitlement. So that's the first encounter I had with people who were already feeling some type of way about the decision I wanted to make. Very, very harsh language. Why do you want to kill this child, etc., etc. At that point, I was like, whoa, let's not use that language, but that's what I'm trying to do. They bring me a nurse, a qualified nurse, and she gives me a piece of paper, and it's titled Choice of Termination of Pregnancy Act of 1990 something. But as far as I know, it was signed into law in 1987 by Nelson Mandela. That's after I started getting myself acquainted with this act. So she sat me down, she used her confidential voice, like, cool, so here's the situation. These are your options. This is how much pain you can expect to be in. This is how much death you can expect. And I suggest you sleep on it. In government facilities, they have a backlog of about a week. If you go to a hospital, go to a clinic, they have a backlog of like 3 months. And at that point, I had to come back. I had to come back from Gauteng to come back to the Eastern Cape. And I didn't have time to wait for a week or even 4 months, so I needed something immediate. So she really spoke to me in the most confidential voice, and I broke down. I was like, okay, so clearly it's a bit more real than I thought it was. So I go home and I cry. So the next thing I do is I go to an old GP of mine. I was afraid that I wouldn't be able to because he's not our family doctor anymore. I was afraid that the medical aid wouldn't approve the consultation fee. But I was like, let me just do what I need to do. So basically, the doctor that I went to referred me to a Mari Stopes facility, which is a medical facility that specializes in abortion, that specializes in contraception for women. So I'm like, okay, cool, let me just email them and see what they say. They're like, thank you for contacting us for the procedure that you want. It's going to cost this much, and within this amount of money, this is what we are doing. This is what it's a consultation fee. It's this and that and that. I'm like, okay, cool, very transparent. I appreciate that instead of just like hidden fees. But it was a lot of money, and I was like, whew, what am I going to do? In conclusion, without boring you guys with details, pain, chills, and diarrhea. So both my it's funny, yes. So both my holes are kind of occupied, right? So I was going through that. Diarrhea didn't last too long, thank the Lord, but mostly pain and mostly chills. Chills for an hour. Yes, I did actually time how long it was. An hour, and then the pain pretty much throughout. So the weekend that I've been telling my doctor about that, hey, this is the weekend we'll be moving around. I'm like, no, swine painkillers. I'll just pop the painkillers and I'll be good. Now the thing about this type of pain was when I'm busy and my mind is occupied, I didn't necessarily feel it that much. The moment I sit down and I gather my brain, it's like, sorry, you missed those 8 hours of pain, so we're gonna come all to you right now. And I was like, okay, cool, I can't move. I'm gonna sleep in this position. If someone is supposed to sleep in this bed, there's nothing I can do about it because I can't move. So that entire weekend, the pain changed from a constant pain to a pulsating pain. And it's the one that shocked you to the point where you just like, where you hold your head and you just like, okay, I'm gonna need you to not do that. These tremors are not really assisting me in my day-to-day. So all of that happened. The work that I had to do was successful. I make my way back here to Grahamstown, and that short little diva I was with goes back home. So I'm at home and I'm like, okay, cool. I'm just gonna stay in bed because that's what I was supposed to do anyway. And basically, I just stayed in bed for that whole week, and I was able to kind of release the pain while I was in bed, fetal position, and that's where the story ends. Fast forward to a couple of weeks later, I have my regular period like a regular girl, and I'm like, let's go. So that's about it.